Where should I go with these keys? In theory, I could go anywhere. Grandma saw the world, but nothing impressed her as much as Borgia Marina. What did she find there? Vespa keys! The keys to my Vespa. It would be strange if I had the keys to someone else's Vespa. You think, Diana, really so? Greetings and salutations, everyone! Alms for Pergy here. You can call me Alms. I'm a part-time content creator. I play games, I sing, I do voices, I make noises. I'm just a weird horse on the internet, and welcome to On Your Tail. Now, On Your Tail is an adventure detective game developed by Memorable Games, and it was published by Humble Games in December of 2024. Now, as far as my research has gone, is that Memorable Games is an Italian independent studio. They're formerly known as Mixed Bag, and this is the first game that the studio has released in about 6 years as far as their Steam collection really goes, really. Now, honestly, I've never heard of either of these studios, but the game did catch my attention with the character designs in the trailers, and I know, I fell for the furry character trap, but I also wanted to get another puzzle mystery game going. Plus, this game feels like it's going to be more of like a cozy, laid-back experience, and what with everything that's going on in the world, I say that we definitely need things that'll just give us a break every now and then. I mean, just looking at it right now, is that this certainly seems like it's going to be a fine little Italian holiday, really. So, before we get started, though, as I said, let's shift ourselves into something just a little bit more appropriate. And boop. See, there you go. I mean, this is a detective game, so I thought, like, why not just lean into that aesthetic a little bit more? All right, now let us get started with our Italian getaway journey. New game startle. Ignore that there. That's just my tester, really. So, but yes, empty slot here. You want to start a new save in this slot, of course. Okay, we need to hold the button to confirm things. I suppose that's a safe thing. Let's see. Professor Vecchi. Looks like an old fox. Okay. Alright. Alright, you'll have to give me pause sometimes really, so as I kind of like try to think up voices for things on the spot here, so. Okay. Professor Vecchi. In conclusion, all the great writers had various things in common, among which was relying on the great library that is our history. Do not neglect the past. I doubt you will find a more capable teacher. Well, we still have a few minutes before the end of class. Are there any questions? Does talent really exist? Signor Gerasoni, you are always in the mood for philosophical questions. Are you sure you've chosen the right subject? Let me pose this question to you all, and to avoid chaos, please respond one at a time. What is talent? Diana. Okay, this seems to be our main character here. She looks like I'm guessing a goat, really, so kind of a goat character, so let's see. Talent. Do I have any? Can it be achieved? I wonder. To conclude, it is a good thing to spend your own time wisely, to the extent that we are able to do so. I was so lost in my own thoughts I missed the whole discussion. Don't hang up, Caproni. I would like a word with you. Okay, Diana Caproni, that's our name. Of course, Professor. So, Caproni, as you well know, I am one of the judges in the upcoming writers' competition, organized by the Felonili publishers in which you are taking part. Please excuse me as I somewhat stumble over the names of these Italian names, so. Given the prestige of this publishing house, the competition had a great number of participants this year. Normally, I wouldn't bother to interact with one of the participants, but it happens that you are also one of my students. And I feel it is my duty, as a professor, to give you some notes on what I read. So far, looking at things right now, is that if you notice is that his expressions on the screen have actually changed for every single time, really. So I appreciate that a little attention to detail that they're throwing into this. I'm all ears. Caproni, you are technically superior to most of your classmates. When reading one of your texts, it perfectly reflects your more than abundant theoretical knowledge. Thank you very much. Oh dear. I already sent some troubles, really, so since he focuses on describing it as theoretical, really, so. However, this great strength of yours is overpowered by a far more serious problem that cannot be solved by more theoretical study.
Which is?
Caproni, I'll be frank with you. Your work looks like it was written by a robot. It is well structured, but completely lacking in emotion. There's no feeling to it. Ooh, ouch. Forgive the bluntness, but if I didn't know better, I'd say it resulted from that artificial intelligence everyone is talking about. Ow! Ow! Oh, wow. Somebody call a burn unit because this woman has just been lit on fire. More experienced writers than you have already produced especially captivating material, particularly for the judges. You are young. You still have time to get some life experience, which will help you grow as a person and as a writer. This is the only information I can give you. You will have to blaze the rest of the trail on your own.
I can't believe it. Is this actually happening? They're rejecting my work? There must be something I can do. There must be something I can say. There must be, right?
Okay. Alright, so it appears that we have like a choice system, really, so for our interactions. Okay, so we have 3 currently right now. Stay silent, defend yourself, take note. Well, this one right here, stay silent, doesn't necessarily seem to be, like, the best way to handle criticism. I mean, sure, when taking, in my experience, really, so, when taking criticism is that, you know, you should be attentive, really, so, but, I don't know, because the thing is that, Professor Vecchi has already said he doesn't need to actually do this, but because he's our professor, he's trying to use this as like a teaching moment for us, really. So, and as part of like the studying and like, you know, gaining experience sort of experience that we're going through right now, is that staying silent is definitely not the best thing to do, even though it would prevent us from like possibly lashing out and responding negatively, really. So defending yourself would continue the conversation, really, so taking note, really, so might just seem like something that would just end things. So the question really, though, comes with the defending ourselves, really, so it's like it doesn't necessarily say in what way we're going to respond, and that's part of the risk here, but we'll go ahead and okay. So we have to hold the button as well to confirm our choices, really, so.
Earlier you said my work had no feeling to it. What did you mean by that?
Okay, that's good, Diana. It's just like, actually ask a probing question to see if you can get something a bit more specific, really, so.
My mother's a police officer. She always tells me about her cases when we see each other. I was inspired by that to write a story. Isn't that real enough? Diana, the issue isn't that the story doesn't feel real, it's just that he said it lacks emotion.
Caproni, as you said, you were inspired. But you never lived through those experiences. Do you see the difference?
I think so. I don't know what to say.
Let's see. Oh, we have some other options here. So, take note, find out, get angry. Okay, all right. Definitely not this one. Definitely not get angry, really. So, stay silent. Also a bad choice. Feel bad. Also another bad choice. It's like I'm not liking the majority of these options here, really. So, so find out and take note, really. So, now this has like this teardrop exasperation sort of idea, so I guess these might be indicators, really, so as to like kind of describing what our action will be without necessarily telling us, really. So I would be a little bit more inquisitive, really, so I suppose this would be the better option, really. So saying is that you're at least receiving the criticism and wanting to improve. So,
Who are these experienced writers you speak of? I would like to talk to them.
I do not believe that is information I should share, out of respect for their privacy. That's fair. That's fair.
Right. I can't even find out who's beating me.
Let's see, take note. Scream, definitely not. Deny everything. Stay silent. Hesitate. Okay, it's like, wow. I mean, sure, I understand that she's, like, you know, disappointed and also angry. It's just that, but most of these options are just terrible, really, so they're not the best responses one should really be giving for this, but... I don't know. See, this is kind of like a dilemma that sometimes comes across when, at least for me, when playing these sort of like storytelling or like basically visual novel-esque sort of games. Really, so is that I myself as a performer have the inclination to put myself into the idea of what the character is, like, you know, because they're who I'm supposed to be, and so I'm supposed to be playing their role, really, so when technically is they're supposed to be the place filler for me to act as like I would, really, so. But in games such as this already, when the character is, like, very much defined, really, for us, is that it's a little bit more difficult. And again, we don't know anything about Diana right now. So, really, my inclination, really, for us to, like, keep ourselves in the best possible light with our professor is to not go for basically almost every single one of these options, really, so. So, we'll take note. Of course, I get it. It just needs more emotion, more passion. Maybe I need to add some shootouts. I'll make a note of that. Caproni, I appreciate your tenacity, but it is not a question of the subject matter.
So... no shootouts?
Out of respect to the competition and the other participants, I shall hold my judgment until I have seen the final draft. I am sure you can understand.
Naturally. I don't know what to do.
Caproni, if you have nothing more to add, I will conclude this discussion. I have a lot of things to do.
But
I would be happy to continue the discussion in the classroom. No, we got no other choice. Give up.
Thank you for your time, Professor. I will think about what you said. Alright, so it seems at least is that... I mean, I don't know, from just that, it sounds more of the fact is that he's giving us a heads up. Is that what we have is definitely not good enough, and that it would be outright rejected. He did mention about a final draft, and so maybe there's still a chance for us to actually change things.
Don't stress about it. I have one last bit of advice. Try to disconnect for the rest of the day. As a famous writer once said, you can't wait for inspiration. You have to go after it with a club. And that's fairly good advice, really, so especially when you're down in the dumps like this right now, you gotta get yourself out of the dumps first before you even want to try and actually tackle this from a clear head. Think about that. Perhaps while you go for a walk.
I will. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Professor Vecchi.
Hey, Professor Vecchi, a literature professor. At university, he is known for being demanding and authoritative. After many years of teaching, he seems to have lost some of his tact. The fox is blunt, really, so, but I don't know, I wouldn't necessarily mean that's tact, really, so, it's that you gotta be, oh, okay, I can spin these. Look at that, is that they have kind of like a 3D, or the cards themselves, like, have depth, really, so, oh, wow, I'm actually quite amazed, really, so, it's that, wow, I love the work that's already been done on just looking at these cards. Wow. It's that, alright, good job so far, Memorable Games, really, so. Alright, gonna hold to confirm it.
Santa Madre.
Diana! It's me! same thing. Okay, so I guess it's with every single one of the cards. It's me. Okay. Okay, characters, I suppose.
I can't believe that actually happened. And so suddenly, too. Months of writing just to be told that it looks like it was written by artificial intelligence.
Your face is artificial intelligence.
Listen to yourself. Becky is right. How the heck do I improve? Get some life experience. Makes it sound so easy, but how am I supposed to experience life when I'm so busy every day? With university, part-time work, studies, sports, personal projects, and hobbies, along with an additional outing a week with friends so you don't go completely crazy, you really only have time left to sleep. It's a miracle if I get to take a walk in the woods once a month. For heaven's sake, now what? I have no idea what to do.
Stare off into space. I guess that's something. Okay, we're gonna continue staring off into space. Okay, Diana, I know. I know that you're down in the dumps really right now, but you know you should listen to Professor Vecchi's advice really. So, in fact, honestly, is that the thing that, as far as what I can see should be done really, so is that she shouldn't be writing about something that she's never really experienced, which is also kind of what he hints at saying, is that important thing of like making. All right, I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional really, so but you know I have done writing before really, so and from what I have learned from my experiences and from like other writing compatriots really, so is that the best way to get something that has passion in it is about writing about what you know, really so, because then you don't really have to pull hard in order to actually try to get the right emotions or emphasis on things, really, so in order to make things pop off the page, really so. We're still staring off into space, though, I guess, really so. And it's dead. Oh, okay, we have a chance to get up, okay. Yep, let's get up, girl. Get up and move on out.
Staring off into space certainly won't be of any use. You can't wait for inspiration. You have to go after it with a club. Look for it, huh? Where? How? Getting my butt up off this chair might be a good start.
Okay. Alright, we're off our desk now. Okay. Get to look about. Oh. Alright. So we do have full camera view. And go completely around. Alright, okay, whoa. Okay. That's a little concerning. We're getting some stunning around, really, so as we're turning the camera around, so the panning is a little choppy, really, so. But that's fine. It's like everything is that the images themselves, or at least the objects, look very quite, nicely rendered, at least, so. Okay, we got a little bunny. We got a little bunny plushie here on our bookshelf, along with a giant chicken, really, so. Let me see. Okay, on the dry erase board, that's all Italian, really, so. And, you know, it's all Italian to me, really, so. And I studied Spanish, really, so when I was in high school, and both of those are Romance languages, so I might be able to try and glean some things, really, from it, but, you know, I can't be 100% certain of all that's saying, really, so. Let's see. Giugno. My guess? Giugno. Maybe June? June, really, so that it's currently June? So. Okay, so we have interaction points there to come up with these little, like, dots. Looks to be... This looks like this could be a dorm room, really, so, I mean, she's got just about everything she needs, really, so, except, you know, a mini fridge and a microwave, really, so. Got corkboard, she's got awards, so it's not like she doesn't know, or she doesn't know what she's doing, because, I mean, Vecchi said himself, is that she has technical knowledge and theory. Just doesn't seem to pop off the page, really, so. The box with Grandma Sarah's postcards. She traveled the world when she was a pilot, and always had amazing stories to tell. If I could only go where she went. Look at that! Let's see. Got 3 different cards here. New York. New York, New York, a wonderful town. The Bronx is up and the battery's down. The people riding a hole in the ground. Alright, sorry, I'm getting off track.
The Big Apple. It's making me hungry more than anything else. I'm sure you can find great stores on every street corner there. But I don't think I could stand all that chaos.
Let's see. Morocco.
All those spices, so colorful, so enticing. I can't help but imagine the incredible smells. Not to mention all that candy. I've got to stop thinking about food.
Alright. I wouldn't have thought of like Morocco for candy, really. So, but I mean, I guess so. I'll believe it, really. So, let's see, Molise, I think is what it said.
Sometimes I feel like we forget it even exists. Still, look at those views. And here, Gramosera seems to be enjoying dinner by the sea. That's odd. There's a restaurant receipt stuck to the back of this photo. Look at that feast. And it costs so little? Santa Madre! I'll have to go there at some point.
Let's see. Oh, one more card. Borgo Marina. Is it... Maybe it's Borgo Marina? I'm not sure if we'll actually get anything, so... I'm trying to think of, like, any other sort of Italian words that I kind of know. Let's see. Buongiorno. I think of that, really, so, but... Is that with a J or is that a G, so... I think that may be a G. Alright, so I think it's probably supposed to be Borgo Marina. Because... one other thing that I know about the Italian language, really, so, is that there are, as far as I understand, there are, every single letter is pronounced in every single word, really, so there's none that are, like, false ones, or that are, like, questionable diphthongs, really, so it's like you're pronouncing every single letter that you see in an Italian word, so I think the G is supposed to be kind of like a J. So, I think I'm going to go ahead with saying it's Borgo Marina. So, Borgo Marina? Yeah. Okay. Hello? Okay. Let's see, Diane.
How strange. All of these postcards come from well-known places. But most are from Borgo Marina, an almost unknown little village on the Ligurian Riviera. Nana used to go there when she was a kid. And I know this place completely won her over. Her stories convinced my parents to take a vacation in Borgo Marina, but one thing led to another, and in the end, we never went.
Borgo Marina postcard. A postcode from Borgo Marina, sent by my grandmother Sarah years ago. Okay, there's a different symbol down there. Okay, so backpack, possibly places. Salute da Borgo Marina. Put that away.
Grandma traveled all over the world and wasn't easily impressed. So why did this village make such an impression on her?
Mind Palace. Oh gosh, okay. Yep, this is definitely a detective game because we're gonna be going into our Mind Palace, so... My Mind Palace, where I organize all my discoveries. Tidier than my bedroom, at least.
What are you hiding, Borgo Marina?
Press triangle to open the Mind Palace. Okay, so this is kind of like our menu then, I guess? Okay. Adventure, let's see. Okay, this, we have a log of dialogue. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's from L3. Okay. Let's see. Chores. Leisure, culture. Okay, we've got several different pages of like ideas here. So this is stuff relating to adventure. This is stuff relating to Diana herself, such as like her Mind Palace here and Borgo Marina. I guess possibly key items. Really, let's see, tools and objects. Okay, Borgo Marina. It's the characters of the game here. Professor Becky. Oh, whoops. Went in the wrong thing. Okay. Just get that notification out. Okay, so. Creatures, foods, locales. extra. Okay. I mean, what exactly does this mean? Okay, so there's at least, okay, 833 different cards for us throughout this entire game, really, so I guess that'll determine our level of completion, really, so. Not sure exactly about those Jester cards, really, up there in the top left corner. I'm sure we'll eventually figure that out. So, we'll just leave the Mind Palace right now. It introduces us to it. Anything else we can interact with in our room before we decide to head out? Let's see. Nin Urbanist, Fuga Dalla Jingla? Giangla? Oh gosh. I'm really gonna biff some of these words, really, so if anyone who knows Italian, really, so I apologize, really, so I'm trying my best, really, so I think that's probably the only thing we do right now. Change and leave.
Guess I better change. Artificial intelligence. Still can't believe he said that. Santa Madre. It may be sad, but at least I have style. Diana's clothes. Diana's clothes, suitable for any occasion without seeming out of place. This flight jacket belonged to Nana Sera. Boop. Casual clothes, adjust with a minimalist design for those trying not to get noticed. Okay. Boop boop. I hope. Maybe I even have some change in my pocket. Hey! That's where you've gotten to! I was looking for you! Crodolens. A strange object combining a clock and a magnifying glass. If I concentrate and look through the glass, I can see the past. Let's see. It is a gift I hold dear, given to me by my grandmother. Okay. Alright, Chronolens. One of the few things I have left to remember Grandma Sarah by. If only she were here, she'd know just the thing to say to turn everything around. Okay, I'm gonna... Alright, I want to see her expressions, okay, so we can still turn things around. If only... Well, okay. So, good to realize that we can still turn the camera around during conversations, really, so we get a chance to see what they, all the hard work that the developers put into the character designs, really, so... Okay. I better tell my folks I'm going out. Mama. Okay. I'm not being mean, Diego. I'm just being realistic. Realistic or not, we are her parents, and we should encourage her. Wait! Aren't they talking about me? It is important to encourage her in the right place and at the right time. Alright, and she's the one that's the cop, or the police officer. Let me make it clear, I believe in her, but what are the chances she'll be chosen? As likely as it was back in my day, I was only able to publish a book by trying repeatedly. Not to mention I had your support back then. Doesn't our daughter deserve the same treatment? Santa Madre! Diego, it was different back then. We were different, and above all, we weren't parents. We have a duty to Diana to make sure she has a bright future. I don't want to see her suffer. That's all. Mama. I think she would suffer more knowing that, deep down, we don't really believe in her. I told you, Diego, I do believe in her. I'm just worried about her. Then let her try. She has a lot of talent, and the competitions will help her. But these wonderful competitions won't get her a job. I wouldn't be so sure. And you'd risk your daughter's future on that uncertainty? Are you sure this is the right path for her? I don't know. Nobody really knows except her. Papa. I'll never be able to talk to them now. I'll leave a message on the board. Mom! Violetta Becky is an ambitious policewoman and a lovely wife and mother. Many say that we look alike. I hope I've inherited her strength. Right? Dad,
Tall and burly, Diego Caproni is a full-time dispenser of warm hugs for me and Mama. He teaches at the high school and writes fiction with me as a hobby. Wait, okay. Slightly confused, really. So, okay, maybe they were just giving her mother's maiden name, really. So, then again, I don't know if it's a cultural difference, really. So, maybe it's like, you know, an American thing or English thing, really, for like, for the wife to change the last name. Then again, that's not exactly very commonplace, really, nowadays, really. So, like, because, you know, my own sister is that she didn't necessarily take her husband's last name entirely, really. So, is that, as far as I remember, her legal name is hyphenated, really. So, let's see. Luna Mar. Okay, so Sunday, Monday, miércoles, Joe, Tuesday, Wednesday, bien sábado. That's Friday, Saturday. Okay. What about Sunday? Who's doing thing for Sunday, really? So, why is Sunday not included on this calendar, really? So, let's see. Bucato, cucinare, piate. Well, cucinare, I understand enough, really, to mean probably cooking, really. So, Diana. Okay, Diego. Okay. Piatti, not sure what that, nor bucato, but okay. Let's see. Buona giornata alla mia ragazze. You know. E tu ricordati, che festeggiano il tuo compleanno, mamma. Something about complimenting mom, I think so. Let's see. Vinca il miglior papi. So, assassino Apollo. Sì. Ci sigle elam del venerdì. Diana? Venerdì. Maybe that's Sunday. I'm not entirely sure. It's like I'm not parsing out too much, really, for this, really. So, yeah, trust me, there's gonna be moments I'm gonna try to figure it out, really. So, okay. It's my turn to cook. But right now, I just prefer to eat gelato out of the container. Okay. Okay, so we can change camera modes with L1: standard, comfort, cinematic. Okay. Anything else to interact with? At the door. That talk to them about. I don't want to talk with them right now. Okay, Vispa keys. Where should I go with these keys? In theory, I could go anywhere. All roads lead to Rome, right? I don't want to go all the way to the capital. Grandma saw the world, but nothing impressed her as much as Borgia Marina. What did she find there? Vispa keys. The keys to my Vispa. It would be strange if I had the keys to someone else's Vispa. You think, Diana, really so? I mean, people might start to question. Okay, and I have a little catch on. What might I find? Aw, I got cute little pictures of her, like probably grade school, possibly, so I guess we're leaving. Before heading out, I need to leave a message for my folks. Okay? I can't find the strength to talk with my folks. I won't make it back for dinner. I hope they understand and don't worry. Or at least I hope they understand. Yeah. Non torno per cena. Okay? Okay, so torno, or at least whatever the basic form of the verb, means return. Non means no, of course. So not return for cena, dinner. Okay, so. Alright. I can't believe it. Am I really doing it? Am I really going to Borgia Marina? What if it's a bad idea? Can we see your face? Okay, it's kind of blurry. I'm just gonna back up, okay. Enough! Now's not the time for thinking. Now's the time for action! And here we go! Oh, and here we have the actual opening sequence. Liking the theme so far. This opening looks really nice, really so. Like the blend of the flat backgrounds with the 3D character doesn't necessarily look too bad. It's not all that jarring, so. Alright, off to start our whirlwind adventure. Off with the impetus of being sad and trying to prove ourselves right. Well, we ended up somewhere. Promontory. It looks like a quiet place where you can smell the sea and enjoy the sunset. Where exactly, though? Let me quickly check my phone. I don't believe it. Could I really be so dumb? You forgot your phone, didn't you? I go on a spontaneous trip, barely remember to tell my parents, and then forgetfully leave my phone at home. Yep, congratulations, Diana. You are now more or less secluded, so... You really are the greatest, Diana. Can't I do anything right? Is that too much to ask? Santa Madre. There's no sense in taking it on yourself, though. Looking on the bright side, gotta say, it was nice getting here. Of course, I don't have the faintest idea of where Borgia Marina is, but I am certainly closer. I'm scared I've hit a dead end, though. I'm gonna stretch my legs. Maybe that'll help me think. If I was a Ligurian village, where would I be hiding? Think, Diana, think. Escapism on 2 wheels. Oh, it looks like we have, let's see. It's like a map. Oh, and the figure is kind of moving on the road there. Don't wander off onto the ditch. No, no. Diana, stay in the center lane. No, stay in your lane. Okay. Alright. After a trip like that on a Vespa, I just want to stop and catch my breath for a second. I have to find Borgia Marina. Okay, and I guess that's the first thing we need to figure out, really so. The first part of our quest, really so. Alright. Lucky there's the view to keep me company. And this area is completely closed off. That's wonderful. Oh, that's great. A landslide in the way. Just what I needed. Yep. I guess we don't have much of a choice, really, so. Oh, hello. Little cat person. Let's see. It's rude to look at other people's things without introducing yourself, so. Hey, do you mind if I stop here for a second? Huh? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have snuck up on you. It's my fault. I was lost in thought. Stop for as long as you like. Did you also need somewhere all to yourself? You could say that. This morning I took a bit of a blow at university and now I'm looking for a specific little village. But I barely know where I am. I've never been so far from Turin by myself. From Turin? That's at least 3 hours from here! Yeah, wow, okay girl, yeah, you're really far out of the way right now, so... What's the name of the town you're looking for? Maybe I can help you. Borgia Marina. Ever heard of it? As far as I know, should be around here, but I couldn't find it. Maybe it wasn't the best idea in hindsight. I can't blame you. I'm supposed to be at my graduation party. Sorry, what? So what are you doing here? It's not the same situation, but I can ask you the same question, don't you think? Touché. Maybe I just wanted to enjoy the sunset. Yeah, it really is beautiful. Cricket, cricket, cricket. I think I'd better head back. With you still looking all cheerful like that at us? So. Enjoy the sunset. Will help you think.
I'll try to take your advice. Thank you. Where did I put them? Huh? I can't find my... Oh. No! What's wrong? I've lost my car keys. I must have dropped them around here somewhere when I was straightening out my backpack. Wait, maybe I can help. I mean, how hard can it be to find some keys? Especially when you have your grandma's trusty chrono lens. She always told me that it was magic that would help me find what I was looking for. I still don't know whether I believe it or not, but I have to say it definitely makes it easier to find things. Used to play with it as a little girl. Santa Madre, I hope that girl doesn't think I'm crazy.
Clues. The lost keys. This girl has lost her car keys. They can't be far away. Alright, guess this is our first mystery.
Oh no, don't worry about it. Really. Last thing I want is to waste your time on my problems.
Clues. See investigations. Like every detective worth their salt, Diana will have to investigate. The investigation zone is the area where you can find all the necessary clues to solve a mystery. At the top of the screen, there are icons that show the clues you need to find in the investigation zone in order to continue the deduction phase of a mystery. Use the chrono lens or interrogate those nearby to get clues. Once you've got all the clues, you'll automatically move into the deduction phase. Sometimes the clues aren't in the same place, and you'll have to explore Borgo Marina. In those cases, there will be more investigation zones to check out. Okay.
Remember I said I came here from Turin? Time isn't a problem, and I was the one who offered.
Press square to equip the chrono lens. Okay. Good. Press square to equip your trusted chrono lens. The chrono lens lets you see what happened in the past, helping you find important clues. Hold down L2 to look through the chrono lens and compare the past with the present. When you find a difference, you can analyze the clue by holding down R2 to get a clue card. Okay? Okay, so first off, I'm gonna get out of that first. I want to see if I can get anything more from Pina, I think her name is.
First the map on the tree, now the car keys. Today's not my day.
Map on the tree. Okay. I guess it's an idea of at least where to look. So let's see. Interesting, okay. So when you look through the lens, is that the map is no longer there. Meaning, I guess means to say is that the map was not there in the past. So, let's see, focus. Okay, we cannot change the camera angle when we're focusing. So, let's see. Okay, is that it? Right, in the past, the map was on the hood of the car. And there's her keys. Okay, so... Okay. Items on the hood. Let's see, there was an open map and some items on the car hood. I wonder where they ended up. Okay. There's a bunch of stuff on the hood. Alright, so I think possibly, this seems like a very obvious solution really here, is that we're over by the sea, big open area. The map flew over into the tree carried by the wind. Right, so... Right, oh, there we go, okay. How did a map get up there? Map on tree. A map ended up on the tree. Where did it come from? Right, those are the two clues. I can't see anything else of interest around here. It's time to solve this mystery. Alright, the lost keys. This girl has lost her car keys. They can't be far away. Object, the goal is find the missing keys. Okay. Deduction. Now that you have all the clues, you can try to figure out what happened in the deduction phase. Play the clue cards with the left stick to reconstruct the order of events. Complete all the objectives to solve the mystery. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. With every attempt, you might learn something new. Okay. Right, turn 1. Okay, so I think the idea is that, from what I'm gathering, is that we're supposed to put the order of events in chronological order. Sorry, I accidentally hit my mic there. We have to put the events in chronological order, so obviously, with the theory that we already had, is that the map started on the hood, really, so play that first. What I like this little view, really, so, is that we have, like, little standees, really. So almost as if this is like, you know, a tabletop game, really. So I'm liking the mixing of the aesthetics here, really, for this. Okay, so all right, so things started up on the hood of the car, really. So, and then the map ended up on the tree. Okay. So obviously, wind blew. Yeah. Map got in the tree. She goes to get the map. Possibly the keys fell into her bag, so. Boink, boink, boink. Simple enough of a deduction. Bingo! Mystery solved. The girl's keys are near the backpack. Let's take a look. Budding investigator. Okay. So now we are gonna we're just gonna suddenly rive through her stuff, really. So, I mean, we're trying to solve a mystery here. So I guess that means okay. Okay. So her name changed from Pina back to Pensive Girl. Was that just like a translation? Is that a translation error or something that just wasn't translated, really? So, because does Pina, like, is it a name for just, like, a pensive girl, or is that her actual name, really? So, I think I know where your keys are. I hope you don't mind if I check your backpack. Go ahead. Thank you. We have permission. As proven. Here are the keys. Car keys. The car keys of the girl you met at the promontory. Boop. Here you go. Here are your keys. Thank you so much. You really found them. What's wrong? You know, I thought I'd be relieved to get my car keys back, but I want to throw them off the cliff and stay here forever. I don't understand. You just graduated? You should be happy. What went wrong? You know when you desire something with all your heart, and the moment you get it, it doesn't seem so special after all. I got the highest grade possible, and even graduated early. I gave it my all, but now I don't feel anything. I don't understand. Do I want something impossible, or am I missing something? Maybe what you desired wasn't really that important. Math is my passion. I have no doubt about that. When I'm not surrounded by numbers, I feel so wrong. But a piece of paper isn't going to solve my bigger problems. Okay. Let's see. So we have two options really in dealing with this situation, really. So, I mean, it seems really more like this girl is like lacking direction, really. So, let it out. Is that sometimes I think. Alright, this girl, she does seem. She's intelligent, okay? But she's kind of lacking a sense of direction, and just kindly emphasizing with her is not exactly going to help, really. So, I think so. Possibly, I think we're gonna have to try and be maybe a bit stern, really. So, and give her the idea. It's like, hey, you got a job. It's that you know what you're supposed to do. You got a job to do. You know, go ahead and do it. It's like, I guess sometimes what people need is just like a push in the right direction, or basically a kick, a swift kick in the pants, really. So sometimes, I know I'm like that sometimes. So let's try it. So at least you have a degree, and it's something you like too. Just this morning, my novel was rejected. My favorite professor tore me to pieces. Constructive for my writing, of course, but destructive for my ego. I think the point is to really know what you're looking for, and forget the rest. And what do you do when you know what you're looking for, but don't know how to find it? Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm kind of mixing the voices here. Keep looking. I may not know as much as you, but according to the law of large numbers... Yes, you're right. I think you're right. May not be a solution, but at least it's a start. Maybe you'll be able to find yours, too. For now, I'd better go. And thanks again for helping me. Sorry for bothering you. Press R1 for new information. completed. Alright, first mystery solved. Hopefully she'll be okay. She'll figure out what to do. Oh look! The parked car was hiding a path. Well, I guess that's the way of railroading. I mean, you have to learn about how the system works, really, so. So, first mystery solved, and I guess we'll be on our way to Borgia Marina.